Hey readers, I'm Jewel Quinlan. I hope you can hear me. I'm in the mountains today. I'm going to try and do a walk and talk as I navigate my way back down the mountain. But look how pretty. Oh my gosh. This playlist is part of a playlist. This video is part of a playlist that is about my own personal happily ever after. I'm a romance author. And today is day one of a fast I'm doing before the wedding. I'm trying to do a 5-day fast. I'm gonna start walking a little quieter away from the stream. I had a buddy, but she continued on toward the lake. We ran out of trail and I was too nervous to keep going without a trail because I'm not an experienced trail person, but it was about 3 miles to get to this point, uphill. Pretty tough, but beautiful trail. Anyway, kicking off my fast today with a little hike, which I thought was not going to be this long, but it's going to be 6 miles total round trip at this point. So I have fasted before, intermittent fast, all different length of fast, 20-hour. 3 days was my longest. I was trying to get to day 4 and 5, but on the night of day 3, I took one of my stupid supplements that you're not supposed to take on an empty stomach, and boy was I sick. So not gonna do that again. But I know I can make it to the morning of day 4 at least. And it's not so bad. Hold on, I gotta navigate crossing this dead tree here. Okay, I made it. So I'm fasting for 2 reasons. One is for health. I am overweight. I was 139 this morning. That is the heaviest I've ever been in my life. I'm only 5'2", and all my life I've weighed 115 to 121. I have been above that briefly before, but this tops it out, so it's time to take control of that. But it's also a cleanse. At the end of day 3 of my last fast, I felt really good. It's amazing how different you feel and the different processes you feel happening in your body as you go through the process. Like day 2, you still have some reserves. When I check my ketones with ketone strips, you can get it any diabetic section in the drugstore. They just need a little pee. You dip the stick in there and measure. It has a color-coded thing on the back. I'll probably show that as I'm doing this playlist. But day 1 and 2, it's still a small amount of ketones, and then day 3, you finally get to moderate. So we'll see what happens day 4 and 5. But yeah, I'm just doing a cleanse. I think any life stage that you're passing is like a rite of passage. And I'm gonna kick it off with this because I have probably like 40 days till the wedding. And I'm excited about it. But I've been single my whole life. I'm 51 years old now. And some viewers have asked me, aren't you worried about your freedom? Aren't you worried about being able to do whatever you want? This and that. And I think it depends on the partner you pick. Because my fiance and I, we give each other a lot of freedom. We have a lot of trust. These last 2 years we've lived apart, unfortunately, just due to circumstances in different states, but we've been going back and forth. The first 3 years we were very close together. We were neighbors, and then we lived with each other for a while as well, and that went really well. And so now we've been doing this long distance thing, and we have a lot of trust in our relationship. And I think it just depends who you pick. Freedom wise, I can still do what I want, basically. Not go on a date or anything. Like, who wants to do that anyway? That is no fun. But yeah, so that's what's going on. This is day 1. we'll see what happens in the following days. I'm going to reevaluate on day 3 and then also day 5. If I feel really good, I might continue to day 7. It would be nice to just shed this body, like from a manifesting point of view, and just step right into the new one, because, you know, my body's capable of cleaning up the mess I've made pretty quickly without any harm to me. I'm perfectly healthy. By the way, I'm not any kind of doctor, but if you want to hear doctors talking about fasting and all the benefits, which are really amazing, on YouTube, there's Dr. Eric Berg and then Dr. Jason Fung. I love Dr. Jason Fung because he wrote a great book called The Obesity Code, where he talks all about the research that's been done on the different diet methods and then fasting, and goes through it all. And it's really just amazing information. So I encourage you to learn from those guys. Don't learn from me. I'm just an average schmo who's on a personal journey. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up because there's people coming, and we'll see you in the next segment. Here is fasting day 2, 136.2 pounds. Day 2, doing really well. Day 1, usually pretty easy. So morning of day 2, you saw what the weigh-in was. If you look at my scale's a smart scale, so it gives this little chart on my phone. After I weigh in, it records it, it tracks everything. So fat was at 35.7%. Visceral fat at 7%, and then we've got muscle at 31.5%. So not bad. Yeah, day 2, not bad. Day 3, you see from the weigh-in that day 3, I'm making some good progress on the numbers as far as losing weight. If you remember, my beginning weight was 139 pounds. So on day 3 morning weigh-in, 132 pounds, which is excellent. So that's already a 7-pound loss, which is really good. And then if you look at the little graph next to me from my scale, it says fat is 34.7%. So that's a whole 1% fat loss. So that's exactly what we want to lose. Didn't lose visceral fat, that's at 7%. Muscle is still at 31.5%. So that's great. If you want to see my t-shirt, it says, it was me, I let the dogs out. So if any of you guys get that, it's one of my favorite shirts. And day 3 passed really easily. Like, it wasn't hard to fast. I'm getting used to it. Like, it's like the more you try and the more you do it, and the more that you know, you can get past day 1 and day 2. And then day 3, you find things that work. So for me in the morning, I found that I get hunger pangs actually if I put any kind of creamer in my coffee. I have a hazelnut creamer that I love, but I never use it while fasting because it has artificial sugars in it. You can put like a dollop of heavy cream or half and half in your coffee. I don't, you know, unless, I don't know. I mean, I can if I, for some reason, get really bad hunger pangs, which I typically don't. It's in the morning with my coffee, I'll just put some stevia. I like to use stevia in my coffee as my sweetener normally. So I just put that in there, and then I find that I don't get hungry at all if I just do that. It's, for some reason, it's the hazelnut creamer that does it. So I never put that in. I only put a teaspoon in normally anyway. But I avoid that, and I'll do water. What helps me as far as if hunger pangs come, they come and go. But rather than, like, you know, muscle through it, I found that I heard from other people who've been fasting that salt can help. So I keep like a little container of pink Himalayan salt. I used to use iodized salt, and that works well, but for some reason for me, the pink Himalayan salt works really well. So I just keep that. I'll just, you know, here and there, take just a little pinch, put it on my tongue, and then drink my water. It's not even a lot. It's just a pinch, you know, like you would sprinkle on your food, just a little bit, and a little goes a long way, and it helps with any kind of hunger issues. So pretty amazing. So It is about 5:30 on fasting day 3. I just did a ketone test, so that's my urine in the cup. And then this is the strip that goes in there. You put it in there for like 15 seconds. I used this product called True Plus. I got it at the pharmacy. There's all kinds of brands that make this. And then here it shows you how many ketones are coming out on your urine. So on the left, it goes from negative all the way to large on the right. And as you can see here, I'm finally getting into the moderate zone on day 3. Yesterday was in small, which is the peach color. So that's all you do. You just match the strip with the color on the strip to the color on the square. And you can see where you are. So end of day 3, I'm here. So we'll see what happens on day 4 and 5 and reevaluate. Guys, day 4, I made it. I slept. I made it to the morning of day 4. I forgot to record the weigh-in, but I ended up being 130 pounds. And then the morning of day 4, for some reason, I got nauseous again and had to break the fast. So frustrating. And this time I didn't even take that supplement that made me sick. I didn't change my supplements, like nothing happened. So, but I was just really sick. So, and I hate that. I hate it when my stomach's upset. And it wasn't like hungry, it was like a nausea feeling. So I'm gonna have to study up and see like what that's about. Maybe it's something to do with the upset in the bacteria in the stomach or something like that. The microbiome itself. But anyway, 9 pounds lost in a 3-day fast is not bad. So 130 pounds from 139. So I'm not going to cry about that. I'm going to take a break on the fast and I'm going to take another run up at it again after a few days of just normal eating. And then see if I can hit my goal, because I really want to do this and I'm still not to my goal. I want to at least be at 121 pounds by the time I walk down the aisle. So I'll try and document that one again. Not that you want to watch this whole thing again, but I'll try and do a better job of documenting everything. All right, guys, I hope that was fun. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.